The government runs out of money on April 28th, which means we could have another government shutdown on the 29th, which just coincidentally would be Donald Trump's 99th day in office. How confident are you that you and Congress can avoid a government shutdown?
Yeah, I'm very confident. The two appropriations committees are working on the bills on a bipartisan basis. We'll be talking to Senate Democrats. They will be relevant to this process. It will require 60 votes. I'm confident Senate Democrats are not going to want to shut down the government. They used to use that against us all the time, and I think it worked pretty effectively for them, and I can't imagine they would want to acquire the government shutdown label.
But look, there's some argument. They'll say it's you, Republicans, who could make this shutdown happen. There are a number of priorities that President Trump and other Republicans want that Democrats find unacceptable. I want to go through a couple of them with you, Senator. $1.5 billion to start building the wall with Mexico, a major defense spending increase and domestic spending cuts, and some House conservatives want defunding of Planned Parenthood. Question: are you prepared to risk a government shutdown over any of those issues?
Look, we're going to negotiate all of those items in the context of this funding bill, which will fund the government through September 30th. We'll be debating these issues again for next year's appropriations, which start October 1. But we'll be able to work all that out. Nobody wants a government shutdown. I think the Senate Democrats know that every time we've had a government shutdown situation, it's been the Congress that's been blamed and not the president. So I would advise President Trump, don't worry about them sticking that label on you. Congress owns the government shutdown brand, and there's no incentive, frankly, for either side to go to the brink. I think we're going to be able to work all this out later this month.
But just to push on one of them, because President Trump says he wants that $1.5 billion to start building the wall, you would not risk a government shutdown by insisting that be in a spending bill.
What I'm saying, Chris, is we're going to work all this out on a bipartisan basis. The Democrats will be fully involved in the discussion, so will the president. We'll work it out and avoid any kind of catastrophic event.
Is the president, do you think, willing to shut down the government to insist that funding for the wall, $1.5 billion, be in the spending bill, which Democrats say will blow it up?
That is a great question, and that I think could be a real pressure point here. I mean, if Trump is willing to go to the mat for the wall funding, it's going to be hard, I think, for him to get support on both sides for that.
And I was going to say, then his supporters will say, you promised us the wall.
And this was one of the clearest promises of that campaign.